Well, what do you remember of brothers and sisters in early years?
Well, we've got, let's see, there's
Do you want stories?
4 brothers and 5 sisters.
A little bit.
Yeah.
At least who did what?
Hmm.
Look, so you got,
They're all a little younger than I was.
yeah,
And it's 4, let's see, 4 brothers and 5 sisters, I think. But a lot of them passed away young, you know.
yeah. Let me see. We've got. Let's see. It was Tony and Mary, John, Annie,
Tony,
Willie,
Tony,
Mildred, Amelia, and Ella Mae.
yeah. Tony went to Chicago. I mean, about 10 days after I left for Chicago. And not Chicago, but Cleveland.
Okay.
He had a chance to get a job there, so he got a job. But he didn't want that job back later. But he stayed with the people that my dad had over in Yugoslavia.
Right.
Same people. It was just by word of mouth and everything. They took care of him.
Right.
Then I think about 10 or 15 days he came to Chicago, worked for sheet metal work.
Okay.
And he worked his whole life with the sheet metal.
Okay.
And Mary was just housewife, taking care of a sick boy.
And
John.
then John, he's
Well, John, you know, John. Well, let's see what.
He worked for GM for.
yeah, he's doing General Motors for
I don't know
you.
when it was, but he worked for General Motors, and that's where he retired from.
Right.
General Motors.
And so it was Annie, wasn't?
Well, Annie
was the sick one.
I don't know. Her husband, he had what they call schizophrenia, and he had to work for something that the government ran, like put about 12 pencils in a package and wrapping it up, or 10 envelopes in a certain package,
Right.
doing things like that, easy. And he was told to take one pill every day to try to get rid of schizophrenic.
Right.
So he did for a long, long time. And then even when they came over here, we went to the lake, he was okay. And he was taking that for I don't know how long. Then he said to himself, I feel pretty good. I don't think I need to take that medicine anymore.
Right.
And that's when I got him. And he just like he's talking to the wall. The wall was talking to him. Or rats were in there, or something. Or unplug the TV. Things like that. So, but then at the last, when he didn't do anything, he wouldn't even lay on a bed with her. Wouldn't lay on the couch. He lay alongside the couch, like over there, on a wooden floor, third floor of this place. And when he died, I mean, he was laying there for I don't know how long. But when he died, they said there was white on the bottom of him, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you call it. And they had to get a crane to take him out through the third floor window because he was so big. They couldn't get him down the steps.
So
But
what?
I mean, if he'd have kept on taking that pill,
Yeah.
he'd
It,
been okay.
it'd been okay.
But see, that just shows you. You better take it.
Well, that's a lot of people for whatever illness they have. They'll take medication to make them feel better.
Yeah.
Well, then they think, I don't need it anymore because I feel better. Then they quit taking the medicine,
Yeah.
and they go feeling bad again.
That's right. I mean,
It's the medication that makes you feel better.
that's even happening here. I know that. 'Cause
Mhm.
I've been watching some. That's just like Melba. And you know, Tracy had to call a doctor on account of her, and he gave her the wrong
Yeah.
medicine. So we had to transfer and give her some good medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's things that happen.
Okay, so how much do you know about Willie growing up?
Who?
Willie.
Willie.
Yeah.
Well, he's worked for quite a few different people before he went out to
Carco.
Yeah.
Carco.
Carco.
Yeah.
Carco it's international.
Mm-hmm.
And he well, before that, he worked for Carco for a little while, and he was pretty good over there at Carco at that time. And then
Now, he went to
on
Chicago
this
for a
side
while
up
too,
here,
didn't
I guess about four or five blocks, one of his relation, or not know if it was a relation or not,
he? Yeah.
but one of his friends was going to open up a shop of some kind. I forgot what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going. They asked him to come help them work.
Right.
Well, so he quit Carco, then went over there for. I don't guess he was there 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
And Carco man, the head man, came and asked him if he wanted his job back.
Yeah.
So he worked for that Carco for I don't know how many years now, and he could take.
As long as I've been here.
When we went over there to listen to him sometime, they'd call from Memphis or some little town, want a part for a big truck.
Mm-hmm.
They give the number, and he knows the number. So yeah, we'll get it to you.
He knows it
And
by heart.
He had knew all that in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
And that's reading the old man that run Carco. That's reading he kept him.
Yeah. Carl Dean
And he
Corley.
always took the old man down to Dallas whenever they had meetings down there
Mm-hmm.
taking place. He was helping,
Yep.
and he's still there.
So, and what of Mildred?
Mildred, I said, well, I forgot what Mildred would do.
I don't remember what Mildred
Gosh, I
did.
don't know what Mildred did.
Now I know Dan was her husband. He worked for the post office also.
Yeah, he
But
was
I
a
don't
mail carrier.
I don't
I
remember.
don't remember what Mildred did.
No, I've
She
never.
worked, didn't she work for
She worked for somebody.
Campbell's Soup or somebody? It was a factory, wasn't it?
I think it was, but I'm trying.
But I can't remember.
Can't think of what factory she worked at. But
It was something
But
like that. It was.
yeah, and
I can't remember her name.
I don't know either.
And I think they went out of business. Is why she lost her job up there.
yeah, I don't remember her being up, doing anything myself in the few times that I
Yeah,
was there.
She worked in a factory.
She worked in some factory,
But
but
I
I
can't
can't
remember
think
now
which
what it
one
was.
was it. Have to ask Ann.
Yeah.
Next time I talk to Ann, I'm going to ask her.
Then you got Amelia, and
Amelia was real young when she
Yeah,
passed away.
let's see now.
I don't remember much about her.
age 37.
Let's see, Amelia, she was here, and she was dating a kid in Russellville who was a nice kid.
Mm-hmm.
We thought they'd get married. They didn't. She got away from him. So she goes to Chicago too.
Mm-hmm.
But she worked nights up there for who I don't know.
Yeah.
And she met this darn streetcar operator,
Okay.
and the name's Ketzenbach.
Okay.
And I don't know how long she was up there, but anyway, they got married. But
Mhm.
he's one of these guys. And then they both came down here. And what he wanted to do down here was work at janitorial service
Yeah.
nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what he had.
Okay.
And she had asthma, bad, and let's see, she.
What happened to her?
Huh?
How did she pass away?
It's him took.
What's that name?
What he did, he had a janitorial service, and what he was doing, he was bossing her,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to put all this stuff in that van.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's heavy stuff too.
Right.
And he'd tell her where we're going to go. We're going to clean a house or clean a barn or something.
Right.
And that's what she did. She did most of it. He was just telling her.
Mm-hmm.
And then one time I shook hands with her, and her hands were like a man's hand, all crumbled up.
Mm-hmm.
And from all that hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And then they both moved down to Abbott, Arkansas, which is down south here. And she had asthma bad, and she had somebody told her to get you 2 dogs, get what are those dogs for asthma?
Chihuahuas. Is she the one that had the Chihuahua that bit me?
Yeah. So she got 2 Chihuahuas
Hate
down there,
dogs.
and you don't have the asthma then that bad.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
It's like a cure. So it kind of helped her, but she didn't live long after
Yeah.
that.
Well, how did she die? What?
I don't know. She just died a natural death, I guess. I don't know.
I
She
don't
died down there in
remember
Abbott.
that. I just remember that dog.
Huh? The
I
guy?
just remember that dog biting me.
Oh, I don't know.
I went to she told me I could hold it, and I stuck my hand out to hold it, and it bit me.
Oh, darn.
I think it bit me on the arm. Brought blood and everything.
That's
Well, and then there's one more of the kids, LMA.
well, Ella Mae. She worked for the schools. She was a school insurance administrator.
Okay.
She worked for 38 and a half years.
Okay.
And she was on there all that time. Then when she retired, they had a little party for her, and I went to it. And our mayor, Ray Baker, was there
Mhm.
same time, and he made a speech after. He told her, he says, he looked around and told the rest of us, who in the world works 38 and a half years in one place anymore? At this time, nobody works that long.
Right.
Me,
So, yeah, you.
Yeah.
42.
Now you got 41, isn't it?
Well,
41 and almost 42.
Yeah.
I've been 35 years doing the same thing, different companies, but doing the same
I was in
thing.
the same
Yes.
office the whole time.
But a lot of it now is going to be part-time. I mean, from
Yeah.
now on,
Mhm.
it's not going to be 8-hour jobs anymore.
Well, what's
Ella Mae had asthma, real
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
I
she-
think.
Mhm.
Well, Tony had asthma a little bit, and he was aching to go down in the coal mine. So he said he wants to go down there.
right?
So he knew this engineer that lets him up and down. And so I don't know whether he went down with us or not, but anyway, he went down the elevator, it was 365 feet.
Right.
And so he went on down, and then they hollered and had to pull him right back out. Because he had asthma, and they couldn't get his breath anymore.
Something you need to take.
I'll fix that.
Well, who else had asthma?
So he couldn't get his breath down there at all. So they had to bring him right back out.
Yeah.
To get his breathing going again. But so that's the reason he could not work at the coal mine.
Right.
Did any of the rest of them have asthma?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tony had a little bit.
Did Mary have it?
No, Mary, I did not have it. Tony had it. Mary did not have it. Johnny didn't have it. Willie didn't have it, but not Ella Mae, but
Annie?
Amelia had it.
What about Annie?
And no, she didn't have it either.
Mildred?
And Mildred, I think that's the ones that had it. About 3 out of the family had it. Asthma. My mother had all her life.
Yeah.
And any time that she saw black-eyed Susans blooming outside, that's what she was scared of, because that's a part of the cause.
Yeah.
And she couldn't breathe. And I said quite a few times that we just went sleeping. We had a 4-room house. She'd be in the far side. We'd be over here. You could hear her wheezing all night.
Yeah.
That's bad, I'll tell you. Well, then you want to hear the dirty story.
We always want to hear the dirty stuff.
Well, this is when I went to Chicago, 1936.
Okay.
I never drank alcohol much down here unless I was outside with a mower, in the summertime. Beer. Okay, I went to Chicago, and like I told you, I said we went to school in Kansas. That's where I met a lot of people in Kansas.
Right.
So they had a Kansas tavern up there.
Okay.
And there's quite a few Kansas people I knew, and they invited me to this tavern that week that I was up there. And 2 guys picked me up, took me there, and it was November because I had the darn heavy army coat on and the hat and everything. And I went in, hung up my clothes. Then I went and sat at the bar, and in comes the boy I used to play ball with. He was a shortstop, not shortstop, the bunt stop.
Right.
And he said, "What do you want to drink?" I said, "Beer." Okay, so we both drank a beer.
Right.
Okay, then got through. We just kept talking for a while, and then he left, and in comes this lady who was related to the people in Frontenac, Kansas, and she was on the U.S. Olympic team to go overseas in swimming deal.
Okay.
And then she come up there at the table and she saw me and talked to me because she didn't know me that well, but she knew me who I was because through their parents.
Right.
And I says, "What do you want to drink?" She says, "You should take a wine." So we both had a wine.
Right.
Okay, then she got somebody else come over and got her and took her away, and then here comes another guy that I used to play ball with. He sat down and I says, "What do you want to drink, Rudy?" He said, "Whiskey." So we both had a whiskey. Beer, wine, and whiskey.
Okay.
So I stayed in about a half an hour, and then I got to sweating and everything, and I got dizzy, and I got my coat, my cap. I knew how I was going home, and so did the 2 guys that brought me.
Right.
So I started walking home. It was 8 miles from the house. And so I started out, and I was already outside about a block and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys were looking around to see where my coat wasn't there anymore. They wanted to know where I was at. And people said, "Well, you left just a while ago."